Hello everybody, Andy here from Fit Body Strong Mind. Today I want to address a question. You can see that I'm in my kitchen, and today I want to address the question of what is the best diet for weight loss, or more specifically, what's the best diet for fat loss? Because those of us who want to lose weight, usually it's actually fat. We want to lose body fat, not just any old weight. We don't want to lose any of our quality muscle, for example. For me, the question of what is the best diet for weight loss or for fat loss, I address it slightly differently from the way a lot of people do. A lot of people will just tell you, oh, do this or do that, or cut out this or cut out that. But for me, if I pose the question, what is the best diet for weight loss? There's the answer that immediately pops into my head is not cut out this or cut out that, or a description of how to set up a diet. All that stuff is necessary, but the first question you have to ask yourself is, what is the best diet for weight loss? And the answer is one that you can stick to. There's no point in going on any kind of diet or any kind of nutritional program or starting any kind of exercise regime at all that's designed to help you lose fat if the diet that you go on is not one that you personally can stick to. There are so many ways to build a diet. There are so many ways to revolve your eating strategy around different variables. And everybody is different. We all have different mindsets, we all have different things that we're addicted to, we all have different ways of working. And because of that, when you're thinking about your nutritional strategy, it's really important that you build a diet that you personally can adhere to. Because it's only by adhering to the diet long term, it's not just 6 weeks or even a few months, it's long term. If you can't adhere to a nutritional plan for life, then there's really no point in doing it, because if you do something just temporarily and then you stop, what's going to happen is any progress that you've made is going to be reversed. You're going to put any weight back on, you're going to lose any gains that you've made in the gym, and basically it's the exact opposite of what we want. We want long-term sustainable progress that ideally you can continue for the rest of your life. So when you're building a nutritional program that's designed to get you in better shape, stronger, leaner, whatever it is, that's the first question you need to ask yourself. How can I build a diet that I can stick to? And that means that the first thing you can't think is restriction. The first thing you can't think is struggle. You have to be thinking, okay, there must be some enjoyment built into the diet. Yes, of course, you're going to have to restrict a few things. You're going to have to lower your calorie intake, probably you're going to have to change the foods that you eat. But if your first thoughts when you're building your diet are, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to stick to this, I love this and I love that, and I'm never going to not be able to eat that, and I'm never going to be able to cut that out for the rest of my life. And the more restriction you build into your diet, the more struggle and the more deprivation, the harder it's going to be for you to get your mind tuned into the fact that you need to stick to your nutritional plan long term. So there's a few key elements involved in building a nutritional plan that will work for you in the long term. If it's one, and to build one that you can stick to. The first thing is that you have to consider what foods you're prepared to cut out of your diet, and which ones you really have to keep in for your sanity, for your enjoyment of life. Now, the truth is that if you're really serious about getting in shape, if you're really serious about getting strong, fit, healthy, you are going to have to cut out some of the foods that have a bad effect in your body, or you're certainly going to have to cut down on them. That's just a fact of life, and unfortunately there's no getting around that. But the goal should be to build a diet that incorporates both the things that you enjoy and the things that you feel you have to do. For example, one of the best ways I find to build a nutritional strategy for me is to incorporate fasting. Because of the way my mind works, I like to do things to extremes, so I like to either be eating big, or not eating at all. I've never been a fan of the small meals all day. I just feel like I'm never able to eat until I'm satisfied. And dieting means that I can fast throughout the day, and then at night, when the working day is over and the gym session's over, I can enjoy myself eating big at night. So that's just a small example of how I would build a diet. I would maybe still have the same macronutrients as someone who's on the 6 meals a day plan, but I would just put all the calories, same macronutrient profile, but all the calories at the end of the day. And the results are maybe not precisely the same, so if you're a professional bodybuilder, you're going to have to tweak all the little tiny variables and get everything perfect. But for someone who's just looking to be in good shape consistently for a long time, for their whole life, that's exactly the kind of strategy that works, because it fits with my way of working, it fits with my way of enjoying life. And it means that even though I'm kind of 100% of the time on a diet, so to speak, or a nutritional plan, I enjoy it because I still incorporate the foods that I enjoy. I make sure I get my protein intake, and I make sure that I hit all the basics, and I train hard. But I love eating big, and I love to do so at the end of the day when it's a relaxed atmosphere. I can be in front of the telly or reading a book or whatever, and enjoying my meal or with my girlfriend. So that's the first question to answer when you're trying to build a nutritional plan, or when you're asking someone to build a nutritional plan for you, and you're asking, what's the best diet for weight loss? What's the best diet for gaining strength? What's the best diet for this or for that? That's the first question you should answer, or that's the first answer that should pop into your mind. One that you can stick to. And the only way you will stick to it is if it's one that you can see right from the start is sustainable in the long term. So there needs to be some enjoyment built into it. You need to understand why you're doing what you're doing, why the things you have to cut out, why they have to be cut out, and then it's a decision of whether you're prepared to cut them out or reduce them or not. And if you are, then you're in a good position to build something, build a diet, build a nutritional plan which will last long term and that you can stick to. I'll be talking about this a bit more in the coming days and going into a few more of the details of how to build up a diet, and there's information as well on my blog, fitbodystrongmind.com, so feel free to check it out or get in touch with me if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.